Hey everyone, back again with the Path of Radiance hard mode draft. This is chapter 4, and it was actually the trickiest chapter so far to manage, because in the earlier runs it was actually a little bit too hard to do this without incurring much penalty, and the ability to now meet shield with Shinnon and Gatrie and Titania is incredibly helpful. The first thing I did wrong on my other run that I didn't realize would give me a penalty was I actually rescued Reese with Titania, and that's illegal. Undrafted units cannot rescue drafted units, and Reese is drafted, believe it or not. So that was kind of a mistake that I made. So it would have cost me for every turn, or I guess suppose that it happened, an extra penalty of 3 turns, which was not good. I'm just using them to meet shield and protect Reese at this point. I need to have Ike go back and just cover him anyway. It's not going to really affect my turn count at all. With Gatrie walling all those guys down there anyway, Ike's going to have great position. As soon as those guys come down, Gatrie will pretty much have their aggro for the rest of the game, or map at least, and give Ike a free shot to have as little resistance as possible. I'm just going to send him to those woods up above. That way, if he does get attacked, he has the forest to help out. And that should be fine. The only tricky thing about this map is generally, in a run like this without Gatrie or any other unit, especially Titania or something like that, would be killing the boss within 1 turn. Because a lot of the units on this map have vulneraries, and if you get them below half health at least, they will run away and heal, and thankfully it's not a route map, otherwise this map would be incredibly more challenging, I feel. But as I'm content now, just to draw more of their aggro, because some of the lances just still might go for Ike just because of weapon triangle advantage programmed in their AI thing. So the ones that can't attack Gatrie will just go to Titania because she's unarmed, so proper use of the meat shields, and I'm not too worried about them dying. 1 run Titania's died, but it took me like 10 turns, so it's kind of expected. Tanking that many hits for 10 turns usually doesn't work out. You're going to get unlucky at some point, so it's basically been a matter so far of, on this map at least, Ike getting, I've reset a few times too, but Ike getting decent level ups whenever he does kill, and then also being able to critical hit the boss. That was incredibly crucial to me, and you'll see Ike goes on a tear at the end of this, and yeah, that alone, his multiple hits saved me quite a few turns. So I'm just checking here, because some of the bushes I think you can't go through, and I was just checking to see if one of those was a tree or something, but it wasn't. So that was why the hasty switch back and forth. But I'm just going to put Shin in there just in case one of those units decides to come up. I'll just put him on the tree, or thicket, whatever. But Gatrie is actually surprising me. He's dodging so much, and I think Ike at this point may have more defense than him, but I could be wrong. I know eventually he does gain more defense, but like I said, that right there was a sheer bit of luck, but I'm not too worried about Gatrie dying just because he tanks them all day and has more HP, so yeah, if you try and do this strategy and you get a lot of these unlucky hits that they're getting in, especially the axe user right there, you're going to have a lot of trouble since you cannot use a vulnerary without penalty. I won't allow the use of undrafted units to use items, which it's just cheap at that point, I feel. I'm kind of pushing the line as it is, but that's okay. Now, thankfully, Ike has gained strength more than my last run to successfully double all of them as he gets a great level up. Pretty much all offensive, strength, skill, speed, and my Ike's skill has been strangely low. Oscar's been even worse. See, this is the one thing I was worried about. I didn't want him to get swarmed up here and have his path blocked off, but thankfully I can just move him down. Like I said, those guys below will either die or they should just still have their aggro on Gatrie, which is fine. They're not in any danger either, and I think if they're not in the movement range, they won't get attacked, so that's perfect. I don't know. This chapter was incredibly difficult the first time, just due to the fact that Ike was far too weak. I think that was my main problem, is that he was just unable to keep up with all the lance users, and they just got far too lucky. You couldn't dodge was shit, so trying to push your luck on every enemy having a 70 or 65 hit rate, being able to do 6 or 7 damage at a time, that's not good. And Ike will definitely not be able to take that, and vulneraries only heal so much, so it was nearly impossible with my Ike stats. Not saying it was impossible in general, but incredibly difficult. So thankfully my meat shields are holding up. I wouldn't care if Gatrie died. I would definitely reset if Titania died. I don't know if I would have needed her in chapter 7 or not, but I decided to keep her alive just in case. And it's getting to the point in the game now where Ike is handily capable of probably being able to solo maps with ease now. His level ups are getting pretty strong. He has enough vulneraries to heal off the damage he's taking each turn, which is usually pretty low. I don't think he's taken more than 10 or 15 damage a turn in this game, so. And I think he's actually able to double the Myrmidon, which is pretty sweet. That's always a good sign. You know you have good speed if you're starting to double Myrmidons, but it was at this point. I'm not too worried now. Doubling with a steel sword, that's even better. I was just making sure to equip the regal sword here, just in case the boss could only attack me at one range if all the units place themselves correctly. I'm not too worried about its uses. I'll be able to deal with whatever I have, so. But bam. And placing one that heal hedge or the bush there was just kind of insult to injury. I'm just kind of thinking about what I can do, and I think I might have actually been on the internet. But then, luckily, as well, I don't think the archers actually get in my way this time, which is kind of cool. I think I can attack the boss straight up this turn because I get some lucky critical hits, and that's incredibly helpful. So I'm actually surprised. I got a lot more lucky with them as well. Titania took quite a few hits, but Gatrie just kind of tanked them off and laughed, which is good. Because, see, that was another thing I was concerned about, is if Titania did die at this point, I would still restart. If it was after Chapter 7, I probably wouldn't, because I won't really need her for any sort of purpose. Even if I was willing to incur penalty, I don't think I would need her. But as long as she's continuing to be lucky and still dodging quite a bit and not taking damage from the archers, there's not much to worry about. So. And I believe this is when Ike's rape mode starts, because he does get hit quite a bit. But he got a lucky critical there, which I don't know if that would have helped. It probably would have, since I didn't equip the steel sword. But then that's what I get for luck, was magic and res on a level up, so whatever. Now my steel sword's finally gone. And I think I have the regal sword equipped now, but it doesn't really matter because I get another crit. So that was cool. I actually don't know if it would have mattered, because the archer doesn't get into position to be able to evade me, or if they even attack me at all. I can't remember. But the boss is trash talking as I just wait to attack him at short range. Yeah, the archers really didn't get in my way, so I'm glad for that. Otherwise, that would have sucked. I love that soldier, like, creeping up there in the woods. It's pretty funny. This was also another stroke of luck for me, so. Because I figured I'd be okay with taking another turn to take the boss out, but no critical hit. So that was incredibly lucky, and brought down my final turn count quite a bit. I believe it was 6 turns. I could be wrong. So that was cool. I don't know what I'm waiting for, but yeah, that was helpful for sure. And I don't know if I'll get necessarily that lucky again, but we can always hope, right? I mean, I have my fair share of luck streaks in Fire Emblem. So, there you have it. Chapter 4 done relatively quickly. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys later.